best and worst schedule conversation needs to be had right now. And there's still a lot to go over. And when I say I'm cooking up one of the best strength of schedule tools you've ever seen, I'm cooking up one of the best strength of schedule tools you've ever seen. And it happens hopefully by the end of the night, or tomorrow morning. I have the schedule tool up on TheFantasyFootballShow.com. But let me just tell you, you want a strength of schedule tool, not only that is on the player pages that we have. Every player has a schedule, and they'll have the projections for week 1 already up. They've been up, but the tool is going to be unbelievable in terms of what you're trying to accomplish with the situation you're looking at. Are you looking at a PPR running back? You want to turn that off? Turn it off. You can look at just the rushing schedule. You want to combine it. It's a H-Hand or Jahmyr Gibbs. I want to know what the schedule is for that type of running back. Turn on the PPR aspect. The tool's coming out. The tool's going to be amazing. Meatloaf for everybody. Meatloaf. We not only get into, by the way, if you go back to one of my other videos, somebody in the comments said that this show, it could give you a little bit of advice. You should work on the production quality of the show. Tell me, there's no person has a better production quality than the Fantasy Football Show. What the hell are you talking about? You got to be kidding me. What are we doing here? Does this look like a Mickey Mouse organization? Does it look like we're doing Mickey Mouse stuff over here, Bill? What in the hell's going on with some of you in the comments lately? We're talking about best and worst schedule. We're doing it now. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition begins right now. The Draft Edition begins right now. You want to draft with us and try and cook up some of these week 17, 16, 15 strategies where we've got scheduled now to look at. We've got a board sitting here. Bengals, Detroit Lions, New Orleans Saints, Baltimore Ravens, Dallas. Crafty schedules, good schedules, best schedules. Arizona's tough. Chicago's brutal. Worst schedule, you could say, depending on the metrics you look at. If you're looking at, on the road schedule, the worst. If you're looking at win percentages or last year's record, there's a lot of different ways to look at this. And my schedule tool will break it down in that fashion. Did I mention that? I mentioned there's so many ways to look at this, and you have to take that into account. KC, exclamation point. New England, exclamation point. Rams, exclamation point. Second most miles traveled for the Rams. There's a lot of complications and things to look at. Jacksonville, 2 overseas games. We learned today through Rex that's actually strategically placed because of the millions and millions of dollars the Jaguars take in as a small market team by taking on more of those games. They requested to do the overseas games, and they're making money hand over fist, millions of dollars. What did Rex say, $30 million? All right, longest intro we've had in a while. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
You're watching a graveyard stream.
Denny, call in.
Player of the week.
Denny tried calling me.
By Gunner.com.
Denny, call in. Guys, Gunner.com. Obviously, the Cyberpunks came out. Everybody, I've been pushing that lately. I love the clicks right here. These are great glasses. Also love the. I've got a couple different versions of these Witcher glasses. I'll be handing. I'm gonna put glasses upon glass. Why don't they work? These are the Witcher sunglasses. Then they have the Witcher blue light blocky glasses. These are the Witcher. I love the Witcher glass. Oh, no, these aren't the Witcher glasses. These aren't the Witcher. I'm sorry. Those aren't the Witcher. These are the Witcher. They look almost identical. These are the Witcher glasses. These are nice. They have this like leather side on the side of the glasses. We'll wear these for a few minutes, but I love the Witcher. They come in all different kinds. Walker, 15% off. Code Smitty, Gunner.com. Where were we? Get back to the drawing board. Jahmyr Gibbs, as I said, Detroit, one of the best schedules. We'll break down why and in what context. That's what my tool is going to do. The tool, did I tell you the tool is coming out in maybe less than 24 hours? Detroit, New Orleans, Baltimore, Dallas, Cincinnati. When we're trying to construct dynasty teams, we're not factoring this in, right? We're constructing redraft teams. We are. When we're constructing best ball teams, we're even more so keeping all this in mind. I'm not saying I don't consider this a non-best ball, but best ball is very strategic, and there's trying to get edges and advantages without compromising talent. Like the other night when we were drafting and someone's like, why'd you take the best player available, not the uncommon matching of those two players? You always want to take best player available. You always want, I'm going to go back to these because I've been used to these all day. You always want to make sure you're considering all things and taking the best player available. To me, best player available can encompass a lot of things. Dynasty, I'm out. LOL. Not sure what that means. I think that what, to me, best player available not only encompasses the schedule, it encompasses your build. It encompasses everything. So you have to keep that in mind. In best ball and in non-best ball, I'm very intrigued and interested in drafting players from these 4 teams, or really these 5 teams. Right now, I'm not saying that this can't change. My initial assessment, and you got to understand, I'm digesting the schedule live on air with all of you. I didn't have time to react to it. I didn't have time to do anything. And I had to have dinner with the family, rush back here. So I haven't even had more than like 30 minutes to really do much with it, to be honest with you, other than the live stream. But my initial assessment right now is that these 5 teams really excite me. And I'm not owning Patriot players. This is subjective in many ways. I'm not owning KC players. Very subjective in many ways. Teams, defenses get worse. They improve. The win and loss projection, strength of schedule process is a little unorthodox. However, it does sometimes really mean something. Look at last year. The early preseason strength of schedule, New England Patriots and San Francisco 49ers getting 2 of the easiest schedules in the entire league, according to all the same data that's kind of subjective. It actually proved very, very true. Not always, but it did prove true. If I had to predict who the next, not calling the Saints a Super Bowl contender by any means, but the team that kind of comes out of this situation just wrapped in a bow. And we're really, and I know Travis is saying this too. He likes this situation in New Orleans a lot. I like it in New Orleans a lot. I love Tyson. I still love Olave. Shuck is growing on me. I hated Shuck this time last year. Admittedly, take a lap moment for me. I admit when I swing and miss, I missed on talking about Shuck. I didn't like Shuck. I did not. A calendar year from ago, I did not like Shuck. I'm scooping up ETN and cuffing him, probably to Kamara for now. Baltimore, love Lamar Jackson, have loved Lamar Jackson. Makes me a little more intrigued to grab Derrick Henry in some drafts, but still more so about Lamar here. Dallas, love everything about Dallas's offense. We're scooping that up no matter what. Dak attack, baby. Am I right? Am I right? Right?
Oh, Dak attack. Oh, Dak attack. Man.
So we're scooping that up. We have been scooping that up, but this right here, I know they can burn us. I know the Bengal boys can get injured. I know Joe Burrow can get hurt. I know Jamar Chase can get hurt. I know they can start off slow. I know there's a lot of reasons this can burn us, but for some reason, I don't care. For some reason, I just want Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow to go out and lead me to the promised land in fantasy football. And the schedule, the end of the season schedule, the entire schedule, everything is screaming, this is maybe the year. I don't know that it means that it's the year they go to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. I mean, I predicted that when they did. I'm just saying this is a year that Joe Burrow walks out and says, we're doing it. I know we didn't win, but I have no desire to leave what we're building here. I love what we're building here. I think that this team walks out of 2026 not divided whatsoever, and there's no Joe Burrow going elsewhere talk at all.
Stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
I dropped some pancake emojis in the live chat. You know, another stack is maybe capable of being on this board would be maybe the Saints stack. The Saints stack. I mean, there's a lot of stacks that we like, and stacks are not a must. You don't need to have the stack. The stack is not sometimes the most important part about fantasy. Sometimes it is the game correlation that you're trying to go after in your draft. What is game correlation? What is the game stack essentially? I'll show you. It is this right here. Game stacking is where you are essentially stacking the matchup, correlations. So essentially, this is week 17 on the far right, the championship week. This is week 16. This is week 15. So what you're looking for is you're really wanting that let's call it Jonah Coleman, Drake May, AJ Brown. Like you have that, and I'm gonna have tons of that based on drafts I've already completed. I'm gonna have so much Jonah Coleman, Drake May, and AJ Brown that this game's gonna feed families if it ends up being the way that we think it will be. KC and Los Angeles Chargers matchup here. This will feed families. Rice and Mahomes, and you also have. I mean, you might have Hampton. There could be some ways that you've drafted it because Rice wasn't exactly going. A lot of your earlier drafts might have this stack. You could go Hampton in round 1, Rice in round 2 if you wanted to try and force this stack. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. And then have Mahomes. You should have a variation of things. The Rams, Adams, Puka, Stafford, Kyron, Bucky, Igbuka, Baker. Like these stacks, these are what you call game stacks, and it's the correlation of week 17. Sometimes more important, Tootin and JD5, and let's call BTJ or Tila, Tootin and JD5, and Tila and Tootin going, Tila and JD5 going, shot for shot, and then your highest scoring quarterback scores for you. These correlations are really what is better than even stacking. Having essentially, let's say, let me find a correlation here. Having Josh Allen and Achane is better than having, in some ways, Josh Allen and Cook. And that might sound confusing to people that have been brainwashed into thinking that stacks are the only thing that matters. It's not. There are so many different ways to look at best ball and strategy. So keep that in mind as you're building. And if you're sitting there going, well, I don't have any stacks, just if you kind of memorize the week 17, and week 16 and 15 matter too, but it really is about week 17. Memorize the week 17 schedule to a degree. At least know that you love this matchup, that. Memorize the top 4 or 5 matchups that you love, the ones I'm highlighting. And then when you're in your draft, you'll kind of start to be able to chew gum and walk at the same time. You're on the clock. You're like, I got Joe Burrow or May. I kind of already have this stack going for the Cincinnati Bengals situation. So you're saying maybe I'm going to go Flowers here instead of this other player, or maybe I'm going to draft Lamar. I have Jamar Chase, but I think I'm going to go early quarterback here. I don't like any of the players. Lamar's there. Well, Lamar plays Jamar Chase. I can even still draft Burrow if I want, and you grab this stack, this game stack that really does numbers later. Again, back to the board here. Bengals, Lions, Saints, Baltimore, Dallas. Some areas of concern right here with all these teams. Doesn't mean we run away. Again, last year, New England was one of the best teams schedule-wise, and they had one of the very easiest schedules. San Francisco was another team that had one of the easiest schedules in the preseason or in the offseason, right when we got the schedule release. It was known from Jump Street. Once they announced the schedule about this time last year, all the way through the preseason, everybody kept saying Niners have the easiest schedule, Niners have the easiest schedule, and the Niners had a cakewalk schedule. So there is something to the formula being used here. Doesn't mean that the Chicago Bears will be a team to totally avoid or anything, but there is going to be some concern losing some pieces, losing DJ Moore, Caleb holding onto the ball way too long and having he's the worst quarterback in the league in bad throws, ranked number 32 out of 32. He also was trying to get above that 50, how far above that 50% completion percentage number. You add in this schedule, the complications, the different moving pieces and parts, and the fact that if you took away those final 2 throws, that won both those games, you're looking at a very different Caleb Williams. So this is a concern if you have Caleb as your starter and don't back him up properly in case things go awry. That's not Caleb hate talk. That's real talk. So you need to just be mindful of that the schedule is brutal. Ben Johnson's so good, though. I think at the end of the day, wins or losses won't matter fantasy-wise, putting production up. Even if they're playing from behind a little more than we think on occasion, not all the time, it's still going to produce fantasy points. So at the end of the day, there could be the right recipe in play. This is what I'm saying. Be careful not to just take these and say, oh, these schedules are horrible. Arizona has the third worst schedule based on win percentage from the 2025 season. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and assume Arizona Cardinal players are going to struggle. Oh, I'm just going to assume Chicago Bear players are going to struggle. You can't really have too much of a blanket, reaction to it, because the recipe of having maybe a tougher schedule results in Caleb throwing more than he would have had they had an easier schedule. So you have to consider all those aspects and components. New England Patriots, who cares about the record? Your schedule's tougher, but what I more so see when I look at this data is the bottom part, the teams that you're worried about having the toughest schedules. These worry me a lot less than one would think. It's really the teams that scream I have the best schedule that really impacts. I'm kind of sticking to this. This feels sticky to me. This right here feels subjective and probably volatile and moving around. So you got to understand what I'm talking about. Anybody that didn't hear what I said, I don't know if that's you, CB or Tron, if you're laughing think about the Caleb talk. I just backed up Caleb. Like, did you not hear that? Like, I'm just curious if you just hear what you want to hear. It's so weird. Caleb supporters, they only hear what they want to hear. Literally just backed Caleb up to a degree. But again, don't look at the teams with the bad schedule predictions as much as you look at the teams with the good schedule. This will tell more than I believe this at the end of the day will tell. This will be more predictable and carry over and be something that is almost true to form. This right here, the negative stuff, is hard to take in because it's so close anyway. When you look at Denver Broncos win percentage, easiest to hardest, right, in terms of matchups, the Broncos have a .512 percentage, the teams against, and you go down to the Chicago Bears at 32, .55. So .55 and .12, it's a very small difference in the grand scheme. Not worried whatsoever. In general, if you're a fan of the team, you're a fan of the offense, and you understand that these teams are not in struggle bus position. Even Arizona, I've seen people already say, this is the final nail in the coffin for the Arizona Cardinal players. Really? This team playing from behind is probably better than them not playing from behind. The same thing I just said about Caleb in the Chicago Bears. Having them be in a worse spot and having to throw in the third and fourth quarter, not just the fourth quarter for Caleb, probably puts Caleb in a better spot from a fantasy production standpoint. Now, wins and losses, I'll tell you, I think the Bears have a chance to be a little bit more on the struggle bus this year in terms of wins and losses. But from fantasy football production, having to throw in the third and fourth quarter, it's all good. New England Patriots, I think the same thing. You're going to get a lot of production. You get A.J. Brown on the roster. We'll see how that all gels. They've got the situation with Vrabel. I don't think that's going away. I think we're just in a very calm before the storm. KC, some would say, what's this look like? Tough start. What's going to happen? Or whatever. Rams, second most traveled miles on top of a lot of other factors. So we'll break it all down and more. The Fantasy Football Show is here for your viewing pleasure, and we will be drafting on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Hit that link. Do it live. The link is in the description. The link is pinned in the live chat. You said might even help Caleb. I did say that, but a lot of people don't hear what I'm trying to say at all. It's crazy. It's wild. It's like when I say Ted McMillan could be the 13th best wide receiver any given year. And it's like, oh my God, you hate Ted McMillan. I just don't understand. It's not what I think about it, so it's wrong. It's just, how could you have a different opinion about something? Like I just explained to you, ignore the negatives, really, for the most part. You know, the strength of schedule, like I said, it depends on what you're even looking at. Like, win percentage is one of the dumbest ways, I think, to calculate the difficult part, the lower end, the teams that have the hardest strength of schedule. I think it's almost ridiculous to use that. But when you talk about the easiest, it's a lot different. I'm indifferent about teams that finish, like the Bears facing the hardest win percentage with all the different changes going on. Win percentage is so subjective too. Teams were injured last year. How much of that factors in a Joe Burrow injury? How much of that factors in a JD5 injury? When you're talking about the Washington Commanders being one of the teams that's making the teams at the top have an easier schedule based on win percentages last year. None of it's factored in. None of that is factored in. Win percentage strength of schedule is off of merely win percentage. It's very, very changeable from year to year. But when you're at the top and the Saints are given the easiest strength of schedule by win percentage, because it is such a harder thing to become a better team than to worry, or because we know the Saints are becoming a better team. We're not sitting here looking at a bad team that has an easy projected schedule. We're looking at a team that's going to overcome more than people think. We think the Saints are going to be absolute ballers, throw the football down the field, gunsling. Bengals are going to gunsling. And there is a greater chance that all the teams that consume the percentage or create the percentage of easiest strength of schedule by way of percentage of wins and losses, that number is going to be a lot harder to overcome. Or that number is not going to just drop to the middle of that range or become the hardest schedule. It's not. But the teams at the bottom, when you're saying, oh, they face the worst schedule, a lot of those teams that are in there might flatline straight to the middle. It's nowhere near as accurate. When you're talking about an easy schedule, it's so much more reliable, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's get into a underdog draft. The phone lines will be open as soon as we get into one. What contest should we get in right now? Pull up your app on Underdog, promo code Smitty. The link is in the description of the video. Let's draft a team right now on Underdog and just use some of this information to our advantage. We got a puppy $5. We got a field general $3. I don't think I want to use, well, yeah, I don't know if I want to do a field general right now. The Pitbull's a $20 draft, the weekly winners. Let's do weekly winners. And let's try and go ahead and click on weekly winners. Let's try and create teams with the matchups in weeks 15, 16, 17 potentially. Or let's just draft the best team available, but let's consider some of those amazing matchups at the end of the season. And we're still getting to know the schedule. So let's do a weekly winner right now. And let's take a look at like week 1 even and see what we can cook up with week 1. Let me drop the week 1 schedule here. And we'll just take a different approach as we're still digesting it. My tool will be ready probably tomorrow. But looking at this schedule here in week 1, I love the idea of drafting Dallas Cowboys for a week 1 weekly winner. I love the idea of drafting Eagle players, probably Commander players as well, probably let's see here, probably Lamar Jackson, probably Detroit New Orleans Saints is we're sticking to that throughout the entire season. Bengals, Bucks, all those are great matchups. Maybe avoid Josh Allen, James Cook. All right, looks like it's drafting already. Oh, that's not it. I got to go find this. Hold on a second. And then we'll open up the phone lines. So let me get the weekly winner. I'm 8 picks away in the weekly. 8 picks away. 8 picks away, weekly winner. Where's my draft? 7 picks away. 7 picks away, weekly. There it is. Okay. Let me put it up on screen. I hate drafting at the end. can't stand. I can't stand whenever I do a stream with you guys. I always get a 10, 11, or a 12. It's just. But this could be good. Maybe we go. Let's go back real quickly, and maybe we go with a. Let's see. What should we cook up here, guys? Love this Tampa Bay. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Can't get Jamar Chase, unfortunately. Gibbs, St. Brown, New Orleans Saints. We could go if St. Brown fell. Gonna stay away from New England this week anyway. If we're kind of really gearing toward week 1. I'm gonna abort mission if things don't look great. But Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if Lamb will be there. We'll have to see. Let's go back here. All right, phone lines are open. Dial in. CeeDee Lamb might fall. I think we go Lions. Okay, wow. I don't think CeeDee Lamb's going to fall. I mean, St. Brown's definitely not going to fall. I'm going to go St. Brown here. I don't think CeeDee Lamb will fall. Maybe this guy will go RB or something weird. Bar likely to let St. Brown fall, so let's see if he lets CeeDee Lamb fall. I highly doubt he will. And if he doesn't, I'm probably going to roll. Oh, Josh Allen. This guy, does he know the schedule? Bro, what are you doing? I mean, look, Houston, he can ball out. What's he doing taking him at wow, okay. Let's go with the double wide. We'll take the uncommon. This is the combination the guy wanted me so badly to take the uncommon approach. Remember, it was St. Brown? No, it was JJ and Lamb. He very much was upset at me. All right, let's go with this shootout of these contests here. Gibbs at home versus the Saints. St. Brown to the moon. Just to the moon. Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. CeeDee Lamb to the moon. Just a great start for a week 1 bash. I don't know why he would take Josh Allen. It's weekly winners. I forgot. You know what? What am I saying here? I'm drafting for week 1. He's not. Like, why am I critiquing him for week 1? This is not a week 1 contest. That's on me. I was totally getting in my own head. But still not a great pick, to take Josh Allen in the first round. It's really high. Who is that? Is it somebody from our community? Hold on. Before I start ripping them apart. No, it's not. That's not someone from our community. But yeah, I mean, it's weekly winners. So Josh Allen's a fantastic pick. But going that high it's not the smartest move. But yeah, I don't know why I was saying that. I'm in week 1 mode and I'm like, why are you picking him? And I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't a week 1 contest. I started to think I was drafting for what they call them not the gauntlets. They're is it the gauntlet? The week 1 gauntlet? Is it called the gauntlet? What is the week 1? What's the week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4? Not guillotine. I think they're called gauntlets, right? But they're only for week 1. I was getting in the week 1 mode. All right. Next up, I'm definitely trying to accumulate week 1 players myself. Yeah, well, eliminator, but I'm talking. I don't know if I was thinking eliminator or what I was thinking. Where were we at? I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. So we're very much wanting Lion players, Lamar Jackson, London won't fall. Charger players would suffice. Lad McConkey. Can't get Pickens anymore. That sucks. Probably stay away from the Chief players in this matchup here. Commanders, Eagles. Honestly, I love Eagle players, and I could go Commander players. Genty was a great pick for that guy for week 1, but again, he's probably not thinking week 1. Love the Jags. Bucks, Bengals. All right, let's go back here. We're on the clock. Lamar. We go Lamar and Bucky. Let's go Lamar and Bucky. Let's go Lamar, Bucky. So we're gonna have Lamar. Again, this is I could win week 2, week 3, week 4. Weekly winner starts over every single week, but we're kind of trying to draft for a week 1 team just to get the best bang for the buck. Going with the Bucks at Bengals, going with the Lions at the Saints, Lamar at the Colts. This is looking good. Look at Neighbors falling all the way to the turn already, guys. It was so easy to see coming. Let's go Bucky. This is weekly winner. Like, we could literally win 20K by winning week 1, and then the entire team can get abducted by aliens and never return for weeks 2 through 17. It wouldn't matter. You literally can win 20K any individual week. No week is tied to another. There are no playoffs, nothing.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
And I'm sorry, somebody dropped a super chat, and I don't think I read it yet. E-Rock, you still there, bro? I'm so sorry. It didn't alert me for some reason. I spent my 27 first on love, as you should. You okay with trading Ladd for an early mid 27 first? No. Remaining wide receivers, Buka, Tet, Flowers, MHJ, BTG, Flowers. You get 2 Flowers. I trade one of the copies of Flowers that you got. I'm not trading. I like Ladd, bro. I like Ladd a lot. I don't mind trading him, but I don't want to trade him in this context. You know what I would do is I would trade like Flowers and Ladd for, unless you can set up another trade where you trade the first rounder and Flowers for somebody or MHJ and the first rounder for somebody, and you set it up like side by side, but make sure you're writing out the entire trade, the 2 trades together, to see if it makes sense. But I love Ladd. I'm not trading Ladd away for a mid first, bro. Early, like top 3 pick, sure. Top 3 pick for sure, but not mid. Especially if it's like mid to late and you're trying to convince yourself it's mid. You know what I'm saying? This team looks pretty good. And keep in mind, weekly winners, you really want to have an early quarterback if it falls right. And especially because in weekly winners, these quarterbacks score the most points by far. And that's your goal, is to score the most points in one given week. You're not trying to extend the season out and win and go to the playoffs. It is literally a reset. Every week goes to 0, and it's just who scores the most points in a given week, and you get 20K. Who gets second? I think it's 10K or 15K or whatever it is. I forget the payout. Let me see what the payout is. It's 20K to first place, 10K to second, 5.5K to third, 4K to fourth, 3,500 to fifth, 3,000 to sixth, seventh gets 2,500, eighth gets 2,000, ninth gets 1,500, 10th gets 1,250, and then 11th through 15th gets a grand. And then it keeps going down and down and down. So your ultimate goal is to just score the most points in one given week. And given that you can really get players like, BTJ is bound to have some explosive games, right? Jadarian Price goes a little earlier. Why? Because he doesn't need to do anything for half a year. And yeah, you're probably not winning 20K if your 4th round pick isn't showing up till midseason, but when he does, watch out. Facial Tootin. Kind of want to go bully QB here. I'm going to go bully QB here. In this format, I kind of like it. And if I get the facial Tootin, and I could get sniped on this and regret doing it. I could regret doing this. Depends on if he goes RB here. If he goes RB here, I could be screwed. He's got Genty. He went wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. If he takes the facial Tootin, I'm a little upset. Part of me thinks that, damn it! Damn it! Let's go with Jordan Tyson. and we're going to go hero RB here. That's fine. We're okay. We're okay. We'll be okay. I don't go a lot of bully QB lately for some reason, like early bully QB. This is early bully QB. I go a lot of late bully QB. I'm grabbing like Herbert, Mahomes in 7 and 8. But this in weekly winners, I want to have that massive quarterback scoring. And I truly believe rather than getting a McLaurin, I wanted Bashal the facial, but I could get Monangai. I could get a bunch of other guys later that are really kind of similar. Upside for a one given week moment, right? That's what you're trying to do, is have everybody come together for one big scoring affair. Not to mention I can grab Kenny Gainwell. And honestly, if I wanted in this format, I'm not saying it's the smartest move in the world, but I literally could draft Gainwell and Bucky and Sean Tucker only. Like literally just draft those 3 running backs, period. Not a single other RB. And just, it's weekly winners. No week is tied to another week. You just wait for a week for the Buccaneer players. Gainwell to score a touchdown, get 50 yards. Bucky gets 100 yards and a touchdown. And I literally beef up all the other positions. And I just wait for it to all come together around the Tampa Bay Buccaneer rushing attack. And you can look at the weekly winners that way. There's so many strategies involved. So many strategies. Would the guy possibly grab May? I don't know. In hindsight, I probably would if I could go back in time. But then again, I'm fine with May and Tyson. Like, I was struggling between Tyson and Tootin. It was just because I was going to take Tootin. Like, I decided, okay, I'll just take Tootin. You get mad. But I'm not really mad. I don't really care. I think Tyson could be a monster, bro. And as we talked about, the schedule for the Saints, bro, is fantastic. Schedule for the Ravens, fantastic. Schedule for the Cowboys on the year, fantastic. Schedule for the St. Brown and the Detroit Lions on the year, fantastic. Drake May schedule, not so fantastic, but I love having him as an option here. Okay. Monangai went. I'm really not worried about the RB position. Part of me is tempted to try this strategy of just the Buccaneer running backs only and just start beefing up every other position as much as I can possibly beef up and see what happens there. Rock out, you're live. What's up, good buddy?
Good. Can I give you my terrible team from the other day?
Yeah. I probably won't be able to retain much of it as I'm drafting, but go ahead and read it off and I'll do my best.
All right. Quarterback, Purdy, Mayfield, Brissett. Running back, Gibbs, Love, Scatterboo, Monangai, Claiborne. Wide receiver, Collins, Evans, DK, Coker, Naylor, Samuel, Dell. Tight end, Kraft, Goddard, Parkinson.
Yeah, it sounded good. I couldn't retain it all, but it sounded good. Sorry.
Yeah, I got Gibbs and Love in Scatterboo.
Yeah.
And
nice
then
job,
I got Collins in the 3rd round, actually.
Yeah.
And then Evans after that, and then DK.
Yes, sir. Nice job. Nice job. Let's see here. I gotta make a selection here. Do I go RJ Harvey? I probably should. I'm thinking about Michael Wilson here and just keep drafting receivers, but I love Parker Washington. I think I'll go Harvey here and then grab Jonah Coleman later. And having the Denver RBs minus JK, who I don't care about, the Denver RBs and having the Buccaneer RBs to go with St. Brown, Lamb, Lamar, May, Bucky, Tyson, Washington. I like it. At the end of the day, May, Tyson, and Harvey versus Tootin, Tyson, and let's say Mahomes. Very, very arguable. May, Tyson, Harvey versus Tootin, Tyson, Mahomes. So basically Tootin and Mahomes versus May and Harvey. and I'm going to get Jonah Coleman. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing missed there. Nothing missed there. All right, anything else, Rockow, or what do you think of the schedule, or what do you like, what do you dislike?
So when it comes to like getting your second quarterback, like when are you trying to get him if you went early quarterback?
When the wind blows, my guy. I did not expect to take Drake May here, but I wanted this bully stack it. It just depends. It depends on the board. You never plan anything is the answer I always give, because it depends on the board. You know, had a better player been available, and I almost took Tootin, but again, I'm fine with Harvey and May. And I was trying to get Tootin and May, and who knows if that guy would have bully QB. There's a couple bully QBs, in this draft already. We have Daniels and Purdy. We got Dak and Dart. We have Burrow and T-Law. Bully QBs is common in weeklies because it's such a strong position. I think people that don't do a lot of weekly winner drafts, they don't really understand there's slight differences. It's all a little different. And not to mention, like, it's about what you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to accomplish, exactly. Like I'm trying to accomplish the best overall team while chewing gum, walking at the same time, and drafting the best week 1 team I can as well. So it's been a kind of a balancing act. Hold on one second. Let me just draft. Let's go, man. Let's go. Woo! This is going to be... I'm going to have to dig down deep a little bit. I'm going to go Tyler Shuck. I know it's crazy. I know I'm going another quarterback, but I'm going to dominate this position. And I feel so good about my wide receivers, and I'm just going to cuff this running back room. I'm not drafting any other running backs than the Buck running backs and the Denver running backs. So it's affording me to beef up at as many positions as I want. And I'm just going to keep consuming at this rate of best player available. Now, Kenny Gainwell is the next player I probably need to take because I don't think he will last. He will not last to my next pick. So I'm going to have to take Gainwell here. But honestly, looking down the ADP, it's Wandell. You see it right here. There's no one here that's sticking out like a sore thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and make my cuff move now so I don't screw it up. I'm definitely going to take Jonah Coleman probably at the turn back around unless I'll look at the ADP. But this is a solid team. Those 4 wide receivers are phenomenal. And in some ways, in weekly winners, I'm not saying you shouldn't have Double R, don't snipe me. I'm not saying you shouldn't have some sort of depth at every position, but you could really just say to yourself, like, I want to have, in case someone gets hurt, I want to have Parker Washington backed up. I'm not like sitting here saying that Lamb, St. Brown, and Tyson will stay healthy all year. And if one goes down, I don't want to screw myself if they all blow up and I have 20K sitting on the line if I just had a replacement. Like somebody that scored 10 points. Like you can't leave yourself in that spot. But in weekly winners, you can essentially, if you want to, you could literally draft 2 running backs if you wanted to. You just be banking that they stay healthy all year. Let's say you drafted Jeremiah Love and Kenneth Walker. Let's say this guy right here drafted Jeremiah Love and Kenneth Walker and didn't draft a single other running back. You can do that. If they stay healthy, or even if they stay healthy for half a year, you're going to stack at the other positions so heavily in weekly winners because no week is tied to another. It's a concept. Even if one of them gets hurt, like in week 10, you had 9 weeks of having such an oversaturated wide receiver, quarterback, tight end room that it may have given you the shot you needed to try and hit that 20K. Like, think of it like you're shoving all your chips in the middle of the table for one hand or for 4 hands, and you're going to forfeit for the next 4 hands because you're getting more firepower. Like, that's essentially the way you got to look at it. And every strategy is different. Weekly winners is one of the newer contests. So not everybody has it down. There's so many ways you could win. One weekly winner from one week might have done something that we've never seen before, and they won. And the next person drafted a weird. Is that double R? Did you just snipe Coleman from me, bro? He's like not even anywhere in sight, my guy. You gotta be kidding me. It's like literally like 20 picks down.
That's rough.
All right. Anything else? Rock out.
Yeah, how you best try to not get caught in like a quarterback run? Because I was like in the 7th round, and I was gonna take Mahomes like in the 8th round, and he was like 22 picks on the ADP, but he got picked like 17th within that run, like 6 quarterbacks in the run.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're saying, bro. I'm in the middle of this. I can't really process that. Say it again real quick.
Yeah, how you don't get like caught on a positional run like a quarterback run in like the 6th or 7th, and then you end up not getting a good quarterback.
It's all based on the board. There's no way to anticipate anything like that. You just got to make sure if you see things slipping, you react to it. There's no real way to blanket statement that. Hold on, I gotta go, rock out. Call back in a bit. I gotta recoup here because double R just screwed up the whole draft. All right, I'll be back. Let's see here. Jeez, bro, come on, man. He's so far down. You gotta be kidding me. You took him like 2 rounds early. Let's see. On the clock. I don't think I'm gonna have to abort and go the route of Keaton Mitchell and Vidal. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. People always like, Smitty, do a draft with us tonight. Do a draft with us tonight. And it's like, sometimes this is why I don't. Because if we talk up a guy in the channel and then everybody's grabbing him 5 rounds too early, then what good is it? What good is it? Who wants Taco Bell? I'm hungry for Taco Bell, to be honest. Taco Bell sounds good right now. Although I have some Hawaiian barbecue in the fridge. We will... Let me just go real quickly over to the board. All right. This team's looking pretty good. Again, this is weekly winners. Keep that in mind. St. Brown, Lamb, Lamar, Bucky, Drake May, Tyson, Parker Washington, RJ Harvey. Got sniped 2 rounds early by double R in the draft on Coleman. Shuck, Gainwell, Pacheco instead of Coleman. Kind of derailed the plan, to be honest with you. At this point, feels like trash. If I had Coleman, the whole thing would have been glorious. I was going to take him about a round early. But the team feels like it got derailed. I still like it. It still could win weekly winners at any given moment. Like, all it is it eliminates the amount of times I can guarantee Harvey and Coleman keep me in it to win 20K. But as long as Harvey's producing, I can still have a shot in those weeks, I believe, for the 20K. Or let's say Gainwell and Bucky both explode one week. I could win 20K that week. Essentially just eliminates the ability to weather through a whole bunch more weeks and be in it every single week probably. But still a very good team. Still a team I'm proud, to have. But it definitely got kicked right in the sack with the 2-round snipage. All right. Sorry, Rockout. I didn't mean to rush you. Rockout, if you got another question, call back, bro. It's all right, Double R. I'm not mad at you. I'm just more so messing with you. It screws up the draft for sure. You're taking somebody 2 rounds early that I'm literally like talking up on the stream, which is fine. You know, you're drafting your own team. And you're trying to win money. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm not mad at you because you're trying to win money. I just make sure it's the pick you want. You know, not to snipe or not to just, well, Smitty's talking this guy up. Might as well draft him 2.5 rounds early while he's building a team that's structured around that. But it's your money. Like who am I to step on you trying to win 20K? What if Jonah Coleman? I'm thinking Jonah Coleman is going to help someone win 20K. That's why I want him. So you take Jonah Coleman and he helps you win 20K. Imagine passing on Jonah Coleman because you don't want to make me mad and you miss $20,000. So no one's asking you to go out of your way not to win $20,000. But at the same time, you're going to get a reaction out of me when I'm literally going, okay, we got Harvey, boys. Let's cook up this team. Pizza party on me. And then you go, like, what do you expect? Did you hit a nerve? Not really. This is my resting face, Double R. Haven't you been here long enough to know I'm not really mad at you? Haven't you been here long enough, Double R, to know that it doesn't really bother me? Nothing really actually bothers me. This is just my resting face. I'm sorry that it comes off as bad bedside manner, but I'm still going to react. If you've got a pen mark on your face, I'm going to tell you got a pen mark on your face. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's okay, Double R. That was a great two round early pick, buddy boy. Like, I was going to reach for him, bro, but I had a reason to because I had Harvey. I was going to reach for him. I was getting my speech prepared where I was going to be like, guys, the reason I reached a little early for Coleman was because I think you could understand I got Harvey. And this guy's a round and a half early, 2 rounds early. But don't get all upset because I'm going irate on it. This is my normal resting face. I mean, look at your team, by the way, Double R, because I know you're using the Fantasy Football Show playbook, so we're going to love it. Bijan, Pickens, Nico, Price, Burrow, Fannin, Manungai. That's Casey Conception. Bro, this is my team. It's like look at myself in the mirror. Bijan, Pickens, Nico, Jadarian Price, Burrow, Fannin, Manungai, Casey Concepcion, Jonah Coleman. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a team that looks more like me in my life. I see my reflection right in it. It's a great team. It's the kind of team I'd like to draft. If you weren't taking everybody half a round or a round too early, I'd like to indulge in that kind of team that I've been promoting week in and week out, sleepless nights, so that Double R can have his content. Look, at the end of the day, if Double R leaned over to me and said, this guy on the 11 spot likes Coleman, he's going to take him, I'd lean over to Double R and say, take him. Like, look, I'm an honest person. That is my honesty shining through. Doesn't mean I'm not mad that my cuff got stepped on. Like, what am I, an a-hole? I'm not going to tell you how I really feel. I'm pissed off. But I'm not mad at you. If I was mad at you, I'd snipe Brian Robinson Jr. right now. That timed out. Antonio Williams. What are we at? Pick 17. I'm going to take Sean Tucker here so that Double R doesn't grab him. He's at 206. So by the numbers, he should come back to me. But I don't think I can afford to do this. Although, what do I have here? I've got Chigakonkwo and 67. I got 3 picks here. So I could go Sean Tucker. I'm going to go Sean Tucker early. I don't trust Double R. I don't trust him. You're not upset? Then why'd you say I won't draft next time if I'm going to strike a nerve? Bro, I don't care. Like, I'm going to be mad that I got sniped, but I'm not going to be mad at you. Like, they're two different things. Just because somebody else, let's say you watch Steve, the content creator, that is Stevie Joe, the content creator, that's going to be like this. You snipe him and he goes, oh, dang it. Okay, guys, gonna go on an abort mission here. Was really hoping to get a Joe DeColbin here to cuff him to my other piece. You can watch that guy if you want, or you can watch the guy that goes, son of a... Like, what do you want from me? This is the truth. That's how I feel. Was I pissed off when I got sniped? Who here? You know, people say this in the comments all the time. Smitty, he gets so bent out of shape when someone snipes him. Do you not get bent out of shape when you get sniped? Don't act all high and mighty. You know you're sitting there in your bed next to the missus trying to be quiet while you got the rain sounds on, and you're sitting there and somebody snipes you and you go, I can't believe he did that. Why? He didn't need him. He didn't need him. That's just the reality of the situation. We're human beings. We're going to be upset. Doesn't mean I'm mad at you specifically. I'm training you to grab Jonah Coleman. Maybe I should take Brian Robinson Jr. from him if he doesn't take him here. You better take him, bro. Oh, you didn't take him. You didn't take him. No, thankfully for you, I'm going to draft my own team. Now, the only thing I'm contemplating here, this is the risky part. I have 1 tight end. I have Chikakonkwo. That's it. And I don't need to worry about bye weeks. I could care less. Do I roll with some mediocre tight end like Colby Parkinson, who I love, but he's in a mediocre spot? There's a lot of tight ends there. Tungus, who could be really good for a short period of time. Then what happens to him? Dulcich, Gesicki. Like, what good is having that kind of tight end anyway? You know? Like that. So what I might do is a little bit of a wild little maneuver here. I went Keaton Mitchell, but I don't need Vidal. I don't need him. I think I'm going to go... Oh, wait. No, he got sniped. Dang it. I guess I will go Vidal. Yeah, I was gonna potentially go... Okay, now I might go the direction of backing up my tight end spot. I was going to grab Keaton Mitchell and Jordan James, but which one of you did that already? Because both of them are gone. There's no way. Jordan James went here. Who took Keaton Mitchell? That's right. So I went ahead and went Vidal. So I got Vidal and Keaton Mitchell. I've got Tucker and Bucky. I've got Pacheco. Okay. I guess I'll just go Tungus because there's definitely going to be some usage. So I'll go Tungus. So my team ended up pretty good. I don't hate it at all. I don't hate it. Who went double bully QB? Somebody went double bully QB? I mean, we see a triple bully QB here, but I don't see a double. Smitty never said to reach 2 rounds early. I mean, that's true. I didn't condone it. All right, so double R, in all reality, your team, Bijan, Pickens, Nico, Price, Burrow, Fannin, Manungai, T-Law, Concepcion, Downs, Jonah Coleman. I would hope that if you win with this blueprint team, you might consider dropping a super chat. Because that is a Smitty blueprint if I've ever seen it. I feel like that's almost. I feel like I got hit in the head and somehow we swatched draft spots. The number 5 team, Chase, Rice, Hall, Hendy, Adams, Hurts, Love. I like that team a lot. That's a really good team. The 1 slot, Gibbs, Neighbors, London, Loveland, Judkins. It's wild to me that Neighbors is falling to the 2-3 turn in weekly winners. You know, that's crazy in weekly winners because that is a player that at some point he's going to get back on his horse. How is that a player that people are letting fall? It makes no sense whatsoever to let him fall in a weekly winners contest where it doesn't, like in weeks 10 through 17, he's probably on his horse, you know. Loveland, Judkins, good team. I like it. Nakua, Jacobs, McBride, McConkey. I hate the Jacobs pick. I think everybody that takes Jacobs in this 2.1 area, anywhere around there, just no thanks. I like this Chase team. And JSN, Henry, AJ Brown, Higgins, Burden, Watson, Dak Prescott, Dart. Look, Hero RB is a little safer in this format. It 100% is. Jonathan Brooks. You just got Brooks and Bigsby, which is a gamble because he's beefing up those other spots. It's just the way that weekly winners works. You're kind of making a statement that maybe nobody else is making, and that's okay. You know, you can't judge like a weird approach in weekly winners because this person might be trying to draft for the bye week, and you don't even have a clue that they're trying to draft for the bye week. You know, because they might actually really be drafting for one specific week. They might be drafting for week 14. They might have hand selected week 2 and said, I've looked at the data. I've data crunched this week 2. You love my guy. You love you, my guy. Thank you, Double R. I'm not mad at you, bro. Like, I'm gonna yell at somebody that snipes somebody two rounds too early. Like, you're gonna get a little bit of. I'm gonna jump into a puppy right now, and see what that entails. Let's see here. Jump into the puppy. Do it live. Let me get out of this screen real quickly, and pull up that draft real quickly. We'll do a puppy. Underdog promo code Smitty. Guys, Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. If you don't get into my draft, just get into one right alongside. Draft right alongside the boys. It's no problem whatsoever. They fill very quickly. I got the one. Ma! Get the meatloaf, Ma!
Mashed potatoes!
Get the meatloaf, Ma! This is a puppy. I wish it was a Best Ball Mania getting the 1 pick. Woo! 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 The real win is did Double R make it in or did he not make it in? That'll be the real win. I see one person I know. Damn it! I love drafting when you guys. Oh, they made it in the draft. Damn it! Jameer Gibbs.
I got into a different one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rock Out. I forgot you were there, bro. Jeez, you scared me, Rock Out. I thought you were sitting right next to me. Rock Out, what can I do for you? I apologize, bro.
So what do you think about Darnold with their offensive coordinator not with them anymore?
What do I think about Darnold without Kubiak?
Yeah.
You can't get mad at him for drafting like you. I just said that. I think where's my just said that button?
I just said that.
Smitty just said that.
I just said that, bro.
Said that. I think JSN goes crazy again.
Yeah.
No concerns about JSN whatsoever. But do I think Darnold plays as well? I don't. Because Darnold was there's going to be some struggle bus games for him. I don't think he gets unseated or anything. But I like Milroe in a quiet way. So if something happened, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be up in arms about it. But I do believe that, if you watched even the Super Bowl or any of the playoff games, you were sitting there waiting for the Seattle Seahawks to level the playing field or kind of, make ground in the game. And then Darnold would come in very easy fashion, just facilitate. And there's lots of room and there's reasons why the defense is spread out. And it's not Darnold doing it, but it's Darnold having a little bit of an easy time. I think that potentially could unravel a little bit though, but McDonald's still a good coach. Yeah, you know what I mean? Double R says, I'm in another draft right now. It started at an hour. It's just 12 person. Okay. Hampton, look at all these RBs flying off the board. I like this. This is boding well for maybe some wide receivers to drop that shouldn't I don't think Rice will drop, but you never know. AJB and Collins seem to drop like clockwork. London could fall. I hope Neighbors falls. I don't know. Neighbors' ADP has updated to 19.1, but that doesn't mean that he won't. So his ADP is right here. Doesn't mean that the ADP isn't adjusting as we speak tonight, as people freak out about the injury. And keep in mind, the injury news hit that he had cleanup surgery, and then the news hit that he's still expected for week 1. But understand that those two pieces of news together hit more people than just the one did. So there are a lot of people that are going to hear he still should be fine for week 1, and that's all they heard, and it panics them. So it's not like it's going to correct everything. So he went 21. I think he keeps falling a little bit. Neighbors went at 24 in the weekly winners. I can't believe I can't get him there, but that's all right. So Drake London or Nico or AJ Brown. Who do I grab, Rock out?
Nico.
Yeah, but if I get AJ Brown, I could get May. I could. Nico, I'm just not. I love Nico, but in this situation, Atlanta's got a good schedule. I'm gonna go AJ Brown here, and I'm gonna grab Drake May later because the schedule doesn't scare me for Drake May and the Patriots. Like I said earlier, the negative aspects of the scoring percentage schedule doesn't really concern me much. So I went McBride and AJ Brown. And I like Bowers a lot of the times more than McBride, but Bowers, they flipped. I mean, it's wild that Bowers now goes where he goes. Super chat from Mike. Mike says, what do you think about Genty's schedule? A lot of tough matchups. Week 16, 17 are boom bust spots, though. I don't really, the fact that he's such a, and this is what my tool is going to help you see, and you can run the tool with a non-PPR look at it, and then you can click it and adjust it and see what the difference is, which might really help people decide between players where they're like, okay, strength of schedule in general, that everyone's talking about is bad for this running back, but now is this running back a PPR monster? You check that box, whatever I describe it as when I finish it tonight or tomorrow. It's going to give you a new sense of, okay, but the passing schedule or whatever is going to, be more conducive to them than their average person. So, damn, Genty's schedule doesn't really matter. Also keep in mind that the schedule to a degree, it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at the wins and loss percentages, it's nonsense. If you're looking at the projected win totals, it's nonsense. If you're looking at the yards against and the average and the touchdowns against, and you're looking at just that data, there's more reliability to that, but then are you factoring in what the teams did in the offseason? So until you tell me I've looked at all that, Smitty, and I have concluded myself that Genti has the third toughest rushing matchup. And he only has the 10th, he's got the fourth or fifth worst receiving for running back schedule. Like until you tell me that, and I'm still crunching numbers myself, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And then that's, are you factoring in everything? Like, because that's the part that isn't out there yet. And that's the part that's subjective. So coming up on my pick here, I really like Davante Adams more today than I did yesterday, and more today than I did a week ago, more today than I did a month ago. I'm really starting to really like Davante Adams a little more because he's falling. He's falling into the 50s, which is ridiculous, and I'd have to take him a touch early here at 49, which is not a big deal. But I'm really liking Davante Adams more and more. Lamar Jackson is a good pick here, but I kind of feel like I can swing back around. I'm going to go Davante Adams here. And then I'm going to Price or Tootin?
Tootin.
I like this. I like this. Gibbs, Tootin, McBride, AJ Brown, Davante Adams. I'm really liking Adams right now at this 50 overall value. Scored more touchdowns than any receiver in the league last year. He did miss time, but the thing about Evans and Adams right now is watching them work out, and they're working out like monsters. They're not having any sort of injury problems early on. Like, he's sitting out, soft tissue concern. It should be okay by week 1. Like, that would concern me. But the fact that I'm watching Davante Adams out there cutting as hard as can be, him and Puka today, were the footwork. Adams' footwork is impeccable. You had Puka Nacua and Adams side by side, and no one's trying to rip on Puka's route running or anything, but just watching Davante Adams' footwork, I mean, he looks kind of the same as he's always looked. He's just so quick, and I don't know. Part of me feels like I may have been too hard on him in the early part of the offseason, suggesting that he's not going to stay healthy. And in best ball, this isn't a weekly winner, but in a weekly winner, I'm even obviously less concerned. All right, anything else, Rock Out?
Can I give you my team so far?
Sure.
It's a little weak, but I got Allen, quarterback, Love, Scatterboo, JSN, and McLaurin.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. All right, my boy. Appreciate you.
All right, cool.
Later, bro.
See you.
Team 7's the Smitty team. What did they take? Achane, Chase Brown. Yeah, that does look Smitty team. Who is that? That sticks out like a sore thumb. Who is that? He looks familiar. I don't know exactly who it is, but let's see what he does here. This will truly tell us who it is. If it's like Makai Lemon, then we'll know it's not our guy. But let's see it. Yeah. Oh, the crazy part is Lemon was not the next player. He was like 7-8 down. Hopefully BTJ falls. I don't think he will. He's obviously ranked super high. JD5 could fall, but if not, Drake May will be there. DK will be there at worst case scenario for JD5. So maybe BTJ will fall here. Oh, yeah, he did. MHJ's there, though. DK's there. I could go DK and MHJ and punt quarterback down to like Herbert range. I got a decision to make here. The thing is, I think I'd rather have Drake May and Casey Concepcion versus DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? Apples to apples. I'd rather have BTJ and Drake May than DK Metcalf. Or, I'm sorry. I'd rather have Drake May and Casey Concepcion versus having DK and then not getting Drake May, is what I'm trying to say. So this team so far, and especially because I'm cuffing May to AJB essentially, which again is not a requirement, but worst case scenario, BTJ ends up on the roster. If I go Kyle Pitts, is he gone? I could definitely cover my bases with who Drake May is likely going to get. It's probably AJ Brown, but there's a chance. Herbert even went early, so who knows if Mahomes probably wouldn't have fallen to me. But Gibbs, Tootin, McBride, AJB, Devontae Adams, BTJ, fantastic start. Love that team. Jeez. It's a good squad. It's a real good squad. Trying to see what other team I like any more than mine. I would like this team a lot right here in the 4 if it wasn't Monty. And I would say I probably like I like this team from the 12 through the first 2 picks, obviously. And then I just kind of don't love the Higgins, Flowers, then the double quarterback stack when you haven't really even filled out, I think, the wide receiver room the way that I would have wanted at that point. But interesting team to say the least. I don't dislike it. Just interesting, I guess. This one here is really good. This is probably my second favorite team, I think, except for I don't like this Pierce pick, and Judkins I'm not as a big a fan as a lot of you. St. Brown, Bowers, Etienne, Bucky, fantastic. Judkins is still good there. Judkins, Pierce, Wilson. That's a good team. I like it, regardless of having maybe gone in a slightly different direction. I still love it. Team number 2. Yeah, that could be good, assuming they get the right running back. Bijan, Pickens, Nico, Jamo, Loveland, Caleb, and MHJ. Sure. I think that could be okay. That team is pretty solid. If you guys want to draft like this on Underdog, make sure you're clicking the link that's pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. Underdog will match your first deposit 50%, all the way up to $1,000 in bonus credits. So if you deposit $500, they'll give you $250 in bonus credits. You deposit $2,000, they'll give you $1,000 in bonus credits. And if you play 5, you get 50 in bonus entries as well. So link in description, link pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty also gets it done. Code Smitty also gets it done. E-Rock, are you still here, bro? Did I ever respond to this message? You okay trading Lad for? I said no. Yeah. E-Rock, did you get my message on that? Are you still here by chance? I just want to make sure you heard me. Because I messed up in not reading that right away. And I don't know if E-Rock heard me. E-Rock, let me know if you're there, bro. Bears will throw a lot because they probably will be playing from behind. That's what I just said, bro. Yes, sir. All right. Matt Fannin. I don't necessarily need him right now, but jeez. I guess I'll go bully tight end here. I'm getting timeout at my queue. But that's all right. I like Casey Concepcion a ton. Probably would be capable of making it back to me here, I suppose. It would have been a little short, I think. So that was good that I took him there. But it's hard not to reach a little bit when you're on the end, because you got to go literally 12 and then back 11, you know, or 11. Like you're waiting 2 rounds, not waiting one round. So you kind of have to do some reaching from the bookends. You have to, but you're trying to count your picks as best you can. And what I mean by counting is you look at an ADP, for example, like Omar Cooper Jr. has an ADP of 139. What does counting mean? Well, if I'm drafting at 97 and I look at my next pick at 120 and his ADP is 139, then I'm not taking a player that's got an ADP of 139 at 97. In fact, when I get to this 120, you got to count there as well, right? So if the ADP is 139, you say to yourself, okay, well, let me scroll down a little bit. My next pick is 144. His ADP is 139. I won't get him. So that means if I want him, I got to take him at 121. That's how you count your ADP slots. That's how you make the best decisions. Diggs is a 140, or let's say you wanted Travis Hunter's 146. I probably would take the gamble that at 144, I'm going to get a guy that's projected to go at 146. Because a lot of times the ADP is not 100% accurate. It's going to be trailing more than it is anything else. So that is a good gamble to wait on. Like getting Travis Hunter at 121 will be too early. I would let him fall to 144. Travis, you're live. Tootin and Gibbs.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
So you know how I posted that thing about how Kyle Williams was going to be number 8 and then switched back to 18, so 8 is still open?
Yeah.
You know who else is number 8?
Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
Yeah. So could be nothing, but it just makes you wonder what's going on behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah, I wonder if anybody's
Number
orchestrated
8.
that in advance, though. You know, like that would be wild. Normally, somebody gets there and they go, "What are you going to do about the number?" And they're like, "I don't know." But it would be crazy if he's like, "If I go there, I want number 8."
Well,
and I want a corner parking spot.
It could also be like AJB wants 8 because Julian Edelman has number 11 and they're not giving it up or something. You know, never know.
I just wonder if we have an example of somebody actually organizing.
Yeah, like beforehand, you mean?
Yeah, like is somebody ever thinking that far out? Probably not, but let's see here. So Jonah Coleman's ADP is 140. So here's an example of that scenario where I'm like, okay, I'm going to take Jonah Coleman early because he won't make it to my next, even though I'm reaching. And then, see, a double R, somebody in here might be doing that same thing. Let's see, Baker, Malik Willis. Let's go Baker, touchdown maker right here. So I got May and Baker. So this team looks pretty good. This team looks real nice. Real nice. I'm going to probably have to take Pacheco with my next pick because his ADP is like probably... mid 13th round, but I couldn't wait for it to come back, so I'll have to take him early in 12. Unless double R's in here on a burner account. Yeah, let me see if Rex has any information on that. I doubt he does. Hey, Rex, has there ever been a player that's made it like we found out that a jersey number was getting reserved or moved around before the trade was announced, and then the player got the jersey number, and then it was like done in part of the contract?
Yeah, it happens more than you might think, especially in the NBA. Teams will sometimes announce a trade and the player's new jersey number in the same press release because they've already cleared it with the current wearer or reserved the number as
What
part
about
of
in the NFL? Give me a name in the NFL where it's happened. A big name. The biggest name you could find. The biggest couple names you could find.
Closest big names are Donovan McNabb and Darrelle Revis. When the Vikings traded for McNabb in 2011, he wanted to stick with his number 5. The deal with punter Chris Kluwe got worked out quick. $5,000 to charity, plus some other funny stuff.
Yeah,
like promoting Kluwe's
but
pay.
did it happen before the like in conjunction with the trade? Is what I'm trying to say. The reason I'm saying this is because Stephon Diggs may go to the Patriots, Kyle Pitts may go to the Patriots, AJ Brown may go to the Patriots, and there's the numbers are being moved around, and 8's becoming available on the New England Patriot roster. So I'm trying to cook up a scenario like that. Can you give us a name?
Clinton Portis is your guy, the closest big-name example in the NFL. Back in 2004, the Broncos traded him to the Redskins in a huge blockbuster. Sorry, I don't have reliable info on that specific situation.
All right. Well, thanks for wasting my time. Jeez, bro. He just interrupted himself. Let me see if he meant to do that. Hold on. Let me just make this selection here. God, bro took away his own, like... All right, so I'm going to go Travis Hunter here and then Isaiah Pacheco. So now I've got Pacheco cuffed to Gibbs. I've got Jonah Coleman, and then I've got Bashal Tootin, which I don't really go out of my way to cuff Rodriguez. It just, I know this guy sniped me, thinking I was going to take him, but I wanted Jonah Coleman. So it's fine by me. I'm just not a big fan of Rodriguez, so I'm not even worried about it. But this team looks pretty fire right now. So the squad is Jahmyr Gibbs, Trey McBride, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Bashal Tootin, BTJ, Drake May, Harold Fannin, Casey Concepcion, Jonah Coleman, Jonah Coleman, Baker Mayfield, Travis Hunter, Isaiah Pacheco. And yeah. And in double R's defense, I took Coleman early. So, all right, let me go back to Rex real quick. Hold on, Travis. You interrupted yourself. You were trying to talk about Clinton Portis. How did that happen with Clinton Portis? What happened? You said he made a deal in conjunction with the trade for his jersey number.
Yeah, here's exactly how it went down with Clinton Portis. A trade from the Broncos to the Redskins for Champ Bailey became official on March 4th, 2004. Portis immediately started lobbying for number 26, which he'd worn in Denver.
That's not what we're asking. I don't know. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of examples where...
I don't think there is.
But it's interesting. It's funny. It's good conspiracy talk for sure.
Right. All it is speculation, I don't read into it that much either. It's just, interesting coincidence that, Diggs is the obvious one, and then the fact that Pitts also wears just makes it interesting.
So what's your take on the schedule overall? We're both in agreement that the Saints are a fantastic team to draft this year overall. Dallas, Cincinnati, Detroit, Baltimore. Is there another team that stands out for you that we're not talking about here?
Not really past what you said. I haven't dug really deep on it or anything, but I think you covered it pretty well.
I should have a lot more info too as I'm digging into it. I just haven't had a ton of time myself because I had to eat dinner, fuel up, and then get right back here. So I've only dug into it a little bit already, other than what I've done, which has been pretty heavy so far, heavy lifting in a short period of time. But I definitely need to dig into it more. But yeah, I just see the Saints, I see the Bengals, I see the Detroit Lions, and the Dallas Cowboys having field days this year. Consistent field days. I really think it's going to be a great season. Let's go, dude.
In the wait to make your pick.
I'm going to go Brissett and Debo. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's interesting to look at the strength of schedule thing because I actually kind of like the strength of schedule based off projected wins better than last year's winning percentage. And when you look at that, it gets a lot different. Like, Miami and the Cardinals still have a hard schedule, but like the Patriots go from having one of the tougher schedules based on win percentage last year to the 12th easiest schedule based on projected wins this year. So
right,
kind of depends on what you're looking at,
Yeah,
Cowboys have a really easy schedule.
And what my formula or my tool will allow everyone to do is to customize it based on what you want to see, but also have an all-encompassing option that's going to be like the secret sauce that won't be fully known what's in it, but it'll have a lot of things that'll be yardage, touchdown, likelihood, in PPR aspects. You can turn the PPR aspect on or off, or you can apply overdrive PPR value on it, like where I say like this guy I believe is more expected to be PPR functioning player than people are assuming, and it potentially will upgrade the schedule, the strength of schedule slightly for him. I'm gonna have a lot to it. It's gonna be a pretty damn cool tool. So get ready for that. Almost up on the clock here. My team is looking pretty nice. Drake May, Baker, Jacoby Brissett. They'll soon have the bye weeks in the. I'm not even considering bye week right now. I'm such non. This is we did a weekly winner where I don't care about bye week, but in this particular draft, I haven't even looked at bye week because I'm so used to not looking at it. So real quickly,
Right.
do you have buys in front of you, Travis?
No.
Okay, I got him right here. No problem. Bye week. Where's the bye week? There it is. Bye week. Okay. Let me put this on my screen real quick to see if I need another quarterback. We've been drafting without it for so long. I haven't even looked at it. Cardinals are by themselves anyway, so I should be good. Tampa Bay is bye week number. Yeah, I should be
I
good.
got them now.
I should be good. I'm going to go Stowers here. I couldn't possibly have everybody in the same bye week. I'm not looking, but go Elon Black. All right, so my running back room. So Gibbs has a bye in 6. So is Pacheco. Bashal Tootin has a bye in week 7. So I'm good in my running back room for sure. And Denver, my other running back, Denver has a bye in week 10. So I'm totally good.
Yep.
Patriots have a bye in week, what is it?
11.
11. Yes, 11. Adams, Rams, 11. Woo, woo. Uh-oh. BTJ. Okay, 7. Cleveland, 11. Yeah. Jacksonville. Okay. I got
7.
BTJ. I got BTJ and Jacksonville. Debo, unknown. Okay, so I just have to keep that in mind. That's fine. I can draft around that right now. Actually, I can't because my plan of attack is to not shoot. I guess I'm just taking Kalen Black and there's no Jordan James. So I'll grab one more wide receiver. Cardinals, for my tight end room, Cardinals are by week of 14. And then
14.
Yeah, I'm good. Fannin is 11. Stowers is 10. So I just need a receiver that's not by week 11, right?
Yep. So, yeah. Seattle, Rams, Falcons, Patriots, Cleveland.
Problem is there's nobody left. What about the Giants? Where are the Giants by week? 8.
8.
So do I take Malachi Fields?
Not a bad one.
I mean, by week 11, he should be getting some work.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Malachi. Do your thing, broski. Do your thing. Man, I didn't even think about the bye weeks when I was going through. I'm in such non-bye week mode. And they don't show them yet. It takes them like a whole day to get them in. So the first, time you're drafting, you might even have to update the app. I kind of forget how it worked last year. But because I'm not seeing the bye weeks while I'm drafting, I don't even think about it. Do they have it on the drop down? No. That's right. We double checked. We discount double checked. And so I'll have and Debo might save me as well. We just don't know what. I mean, he could go to a team as a week 11 bye though. So who knows? Who are the teams at the week 11 bye again? Is he likely to go to the Browns? No. The Packers? Probably not. The Rams? No. Seattle? I mean, I guess he could go to Seattle, but probably not. Falcons? Probably not. Patriots? I mean, he should go to the Patriots. Do I think they will?
Maybe,
No.
but probably not.
Likely to go probably somewhere outside of the week 11 teams, but the Debo should also help me out I technically could go Jordan James if I wanted to roll the dice. But then again, if one guy got hurt, then I'd be screwed. And plus Jordan James, I don't know. Doesn't it feel like Kalen Black, they want him to be the backup? Like at this point, you don't really know rookies the way Shanahan views rookies. Oh, Malachi Fields. I shouldn't have said anything. Jeez.
Yeah, of course.
He was so late, too.
Who else?
Skylar Bell, Buffalo.
Yeah, he could be decent.
Surratt, Baltimore. Is that the same bye week?
Baltimore.
What about
Baltimore?
What about Brazel? Brazel, Carolina.
Yeah, week 5.
Okay.
Is their bye.
I'll go Brazel. You're not going to step on my razzle dazzle because I'm drafting Brazel, baby. Love Malachi Fields, but I love Brazel almost the same, if not more in some ways. But okay, I like the team. It ranked me 2,700 points. Usually, I'm not the highest ranked team because your boy does a lot of different drafting than most people. So I'm not afraid of that. All right, Dynasty Show. What are we doing? E-Rock, you still there? I feel so bad. E-Rock, I didn't see a response from him, and he dropped a super chat. And E-Rock, I love E-Rock, and I don't see him in the chat. E-Rock, please let me know. I'm going to put this on the end screen right now. Let me put it here. Hold on real quickly. I'm not leaving yet, just so I don't ever lose that before E-Rock acknowledges that he saw me read it. E-Rock, in the comments of this video, I'm also going to pin it and tell you my advice that I would not. Travis, what do you think about E-Rock's comment here? You okay trading Ladd for an early mid-27 first rounder?
Early or mid?
What does that even mean?
I probably wouldn't have early.
You wouldn't?
If I knew it was top 5 for next year, probably not. I mean, it could work, but.
So what would it have to be for you to do it, to take the first rounder instead of Ladd McConkey?
Probably top 5 pick. I just think the top 5 picks for next year is going to be worth so much, especially as the season goes.
So So if it's top 5, you'd rather have top 5 over Ladd? You're saying?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless I'm like win now and really need a receiver. Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance that Ladd disappoints. I mean, he did last year, but I think if you could guarantee me it's top 4. Because look at Price, look at the 2 receivers, look at Love. So the top 2 receivers, the top 2 running backs, and it's a better draft class in general, like deeper.
He's trading Ladd.
Yeah. Well, we got you what you're saying. If it's a top 4, I would probably say, yeah. I mean, the top 4 pick eventually, long game, will be worth more than Ladd probably, but. If you're just saying mid to early to mid and you're kind of convincing yourself to do it, I make sure you understand what that team looks like comparatively to the other teams, because if it ends up being like 7, you might really regret it. Ladd could be a really good play this year, bro. I mean, Ladd's either going to be a top 12 wide receiver or not. I mean, he's going to be it's going to be far from. He's either a bust or he's top 12 is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Right.
Because if he has another bad year that's 2 in a row, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to value him really, really high.
I am okay with his wide receiver room without Ladd, though.
That's a good point.
It's not as good, but I don't mind it.
E-Rock 137-ish into the show. Let me write that down and I'll put it in the comments. 137. I might even pin it and then pin the comment, like pin the time stamp and then pin it for E-Rock. All right. What are we doing here on the Dynasty channel?
Well, Luis isn't around tonight, right? Because he was the one who came up with CMC.
Yeah, we'll do CMC another night.
I mean, Dunze, we had talked about.
Burden, Dunze.
Who else? Not the usual Rumble crew's not in here tonight.
I mean, part of me wants to do like the Saints players in general.
I'm fine with that.
Let's just talk about the New Orleans Saints and Dynasty.
Yeah.
Just maybe I love the face-offs, but we could also incorporate team face-off. Like talk about the team, the fantasy football skill position players from a dynasty perspective. Like and go to the Cardinals and go to the. So I think that could be a kind of a theme of the Dynasty channel as well. So let's do New Orleans Saint players. Be back in 5 minutes.
All right. See you then. Bye.
All right. Thanks later. So New Orleans Saint players back in 5 minutes, guys. Thank you all for the super chats. Appreciate every single one of you. E-Rock, you're the man. Sorry about the delay. Thank you for drafting Double R. I'm not mad at you by any means. In fact, Double R, I'm telling you to take the player you want the next draft too. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your hard-earned money. You would imagine skipping on a player you want because you didn't want to make Smitty go irate because he got sniped. But that's just me being honest. I'm not going to put a filter on and be like, oh, he sniped me. It's okay. Like that, we all get pissed off. You guys get pissed off too. Don't act like I'm overly sensitive over it. Everyone gets mad when they get sniped. That's a natural feeling. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes on the Dynasty channel to go live on the Saints, the New Orleans Saints players, skill position players from a Dynasty perspective. E-Rock, I'm going to pin in the video and pin the comment, but pin the timestamp where Travis and I just discussed your trade as well, unless you're in the building right now. E-Rock, appreciate you. Let me know if you're here, though. Rumblers, appreciate you. Dynastyers, we'll see you over there in a second. And Rumblers will be out live on the Dynasty channel, too, because every Dynasty show is on Rumble, too. But it won't be on the main YouTube channel. It'll be on the Dynasty YouTube channel and the main and only Rumble channel at the same time. Like always. Rumble always gets the Dynasty show now. So it's one kind of advantage of subscribing on Rumble, too. All right, see you all in 5 minutes.